Aaron, what do you think allowed the offense to thrive tonight?
I mean, just a little bit from everyone, really. You know, and had a chance even first half of the game to really break it open. And, you know, we had traffic all night, and it seemed like couldn't get that big one to break through. But, you know, Volpe obviously hits the 3-run homer to kind of give us a good cushion there. And then they just kept pressuring him all night. You know, big night for G. So, yeah, we got to keep it going.
You mentioned Giancarlo. Just what's been standing out about the production as of late?
I think it's just the quality of the at-bat. I mean, he's controlling the strike zone, you know, I feel like as good as I've seen him. You know, he's obviously going up there with a good plan, and you know, when he's getting the pitch he's looking for, he's doing damage with it. But I think it starts with just really controlling the strike zone for him.
Yesterday, you told us one guy that you never worry about is Aaron Judge, and today, for good reason, home run in his first at-bat, walked three times. Just what looked in sync about him today, or what looked different about him today?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job of just kind of had some easy takes. You know, I thought, you know, obviously they were pitching carefully to him there, especially after the homer. You know, between Adams and Hatch were both kind of being real careful, and I thought he was real under control just from his takes, and yeah, real in the middle of all the production.
With Rodon, a little bit of a slow start there in that first inning, but really settled in. What was the adjustment he made that allowed him to work late into the game?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those. It's like, is he going to get out of the first inning? I mean, that's where your mind is for a minute. Like, and I think he was ahead of every guy. I think he even 1-2 with just about every guy, and then finally, you know, big punch out of Lewis, or did Lewis? Who hit the ball to short? Lewis hit the grounder. He struck out Keyshaw. Yeah. So he gets the big strikeout, and then he gets a ground ball. It's like, okay, we got a chance to limit damage here, and to only give up one. I thought he executed a really good two-strike pitch to Clemens, and then just settled in, and really, I thought it looked a lot different even in the second inning. Just, you know, first couple of fastballs were just smooth and crisp, where I felt like he was a little just grinding through it in the first, even though he was ahead in the count a lot. So really big effort by him to be able to give us 7 innings after a 30-plus pitch first inning when it's looking like it's going to be rough was really big.
Gary.
Was there an adjustment you saw from Carlos between the first and second inning?
I don't know. You know, he kind of slipped on the first pitch of the game. But no, I think he just kind of got settled in a little bit. But looked like almost a different pitcher to me in the second, just where it had his easy velocity again. You know, the profiles started to be more in line with what he is, and I just thought he was really efficient and had a little bit of everything going. But the command was a big thing from there.
You think that slip on the first pitch threw him off a little bit?
I don't know.
Chris.
Giancarlo's been putting the ball in the air more than he ever has in his career.
Yeah.
Do you know if that's something that he's been trying to do this season?
Yeah, I think so. And even early on, you know, his first week, 10 days back, I felt like he was having similar at bats. Like, I thought he was doing a good job at swinging at the right pitches. He looked good to me. He looked powerful to me, but he was hitting kind of his best bolts were, you know, one hoppers or, you know, base hit to left on the ground. And I think even within that stretch through a good game, he talked about, you know, now I just need to get some more balls in the air, you know, and he's certainly done that. I think he is, you know, without, you know, I'm trying to hit a fly, like, but trying to get the ball on a line or in the air, and he's doing a really good job of that.
Brian.
When you get back-to-back deep outings like you did from Warren and Rodon, how much easier does that make it for you? And, you know, what's it like to have that?
Yeah, I mean, it's big. I mean, because, as I said, they protect each other, you know, and, you know, to have a couple and now you're going into a chance to really have a successful series. Obviously, they got a really great pitcher going tomorrow, but you're kind of you've reset things a little bit, and you're going into an off day with another off day behind it in that week. So, these are the outings, and you don't need them every night, but these are the outings you need, a time or two through the rotation that really allows the bullpen to be what they should be. And I think they can be really, really dynamic back there.
Meredith and Roger.
Aaron, it looked like after Carlos came out in the sixth there, you followed him down the stairs. Was there any question as to sending him back out?
No, I was just kind of talking he just was like, what are you thinking? So I wanted to get a feel of, where he was a little bit, just fatigue-wise and stuff. And so I was, obviously I had Timmy up with him, so I felt like if he was laboring at all through the first couple hitters, I would have gone to Timmy. I didn't want to wait too long with Tim if they had some base runners, just with the 3-batter thing. But felt like he was sound and felt like he was at the end of the line there with, did he get Gasper out to end the seventh? So I kind of made my decision there, even though he got the first 2 batters, that I was going to go to Hill at Julian had he lost Gasper, because I felt like he had emptied it at that point.
Roger.
I know that we kind of scratched the surface on it before the game, but when you see a night like tonight where, Judge really delivers, Stanton really delivers, how much does that underscore the significance that Stanton is now playing the outfield to make that possible?
Yeah, yes. I mean, because, it's nice to have that bullet over there, for a big spot, and he's had some good at-bats off the bench, too, this year. But yeah, to have him in the lineup the way he's going right now, feel like he's looked very solid out there and right. I think he's feeling good about it. So, we'll round up tonight and see how he's doing and try and keep it in play. And then, that said, I don't want to do it too long. I'd like to flip those 2 guys at some point here, but the fact that G is doing it and flourishing here the first couple times is great.
Gary.
Just to follow up on that, do you see him as an outfield option in St. Louis?
G, yeah. I mean, if Aaron's not ready to go, I'll have him as an option there. Obviously a bigger field and a little bit of a different setup there, but I think we have to keep it as an option as long as he's responding well physically.
Meredith.
Aaron, just one more on Giancarlo. I know you've been watching it for years between Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, but when he launches that 447 feet, what are you thinking?
I mean, he's so good at going up and looking for a pitch, and when he squares it up and gets that thing, I mean, you just see him on time, and he just hits them different than everyone. He really does. It's fun, and the way he kind of lets go of the bat too. It's definitely like when Big G obliterates one.